Oh, masa. Okey dah. Kita boleh terus. Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. First time kot. Sebab kita selalu bagi. Sebab live ni. Live ni kot. Kan tersalah. Ya, jangan TV. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Alhamdulillah, we have come to the third day of MCLEAD 2020. Well done to those who have joined us virtually. And I will say thank you to all the committee who have been helping us in setting up this online platform. Let me recap our first day where we have embraced the amanah and how to become a great leader with the president of IIUM, Datuk Daud Bakar, such an inspiring sessions. On day 2, yesterday, we have learned the technique and skills to become a good helper as psychological first aid. And then at night, we also have the chance with the experienced Murabi who has shared their wisdom and how to become a Murabi. So today, brothers and sisters, we got to be a little bit more serious as we want to discuss on the program guidelines and requirements under the Students' Affairs and Development Divisions. So in the hall with us today, we have a very important persons that review your proposal and decide whether it is approved or not based on the high impact, high touch, and in line with the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and also comply with the 5 level of Maqasid al-Sharia. So let me introduce to the only man on the stage, Dr. Hamwira Sakti. How are you, Doctor? So Dr. Hamwira is the head of non-credited department, Student Affairs and Development Divisions. Next to him is a beautiful lady, Madam Nurul Ain. She's an administrative officer at the STADD, and she is also a fellow from Mahallah Salahuddin. And our last charming speakers looks serious, but a really nice person. Madam Nabiha is an accountant of a financial controller, which holds a very big responsibility in dealing with the IIUM financial issues. All right. I will going to ask 2 rounds. For the first round, my questions to Dr. Hamwira. Right, Doctor, so what is non-credited department? So many of us maybe MRCs are new and they are new students. Some are first year, first semester. So what is non-credited department? What is the functions? Okay, and what how it relate to the students' leadership and how it can empower our MRC? Okay, thank you, Doctor. The floor is yours.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Thank you, Dr. Khairayu, for the nice introduction. And also thank you to the MCLEAD organizer for having us here to share some tips on organizing student activities, inshallah. The first question that is asked to me is actually, what is the non-credited co-curricular department? Before I talk about the non-credited co-curricular department, credited co-curricular department, also known as NCCD, is a department under STADD, Student Affairs Development Division. So under STADD, we have 4 departments. That is administrative department that takes care of the welfare of the students and also the transportation. At the welfare, we talk about the, currently we have a new product which is called Wakaf Time. So that is actually under the manager of welfare unit. And then, other than administration, we also have a credited co-curricular department. Credited co-curricular department is led by Ustad Fauzi Muda, and it's mainly manage the co-curricular courses, all the UNICOR. We're talking about the leadership courses, we talk about event management courses, what are the courses? So those courses that 0.5 credit hours, and that is managed by this department, skills, yes. And So under this department, there are two units. The first unit is actually taking care of the trainers, the recruitment of the trainers. And also another unit that actually take care of the course offering, all the mark entry and so on and so forth. So that is credited co-curricular department, also known as CCD. Another department that, it's actually Citra. Citra is actually under STADD actually, but Citra is actually taking care of the kebudayaan and the culture activities at IIUM. And finally, last but not least, is the non-credited co-curricular department, which is I'm the head of that department, NCCD. This is short form. So under that department, we have two units, program development unit and also program management unit. So when we talk about the co-curricular activities, so basically this department will overlook at the co-curricular activities. What it means by co-curricular activities? Co-curricular activities are the activities that are support or complement activities that what we have learned in class. That's the official definition of co-curricular activities. And then another term is extracurricular activities. Extracurricular activities are activities that is outside the classroom. It's for personal development. So mainly the non-credited co-curricular department take care of the extracurricular activities. So under this department, we have, as I mentioned, we have two units, program development unit, which is led by Madam Nurul Ain here, and also have a program management unit led by Encik Subki. Okay, so basically, of course, these two units have different separate tasks or job scope. Basically, NCCD manages the registration of student clubs and societies. So that's one of the tasks, big tasks that NCCD perform. That includes the establishment of student clubs and societies. When we talk, NCCD is responsible to to bring the paper of establishment of student club and societies across IIUM for establishment. Therefore, NCCD also is responsible to issue the birth certificate or registration certificate for the club and societies. So for your information, currently at the moment, currently we have about 162 club and societies, student clubs and societies at IIUM across all campuses, Gombak, Pago, and also Kuantan. Of course, Gombak has the largest number of club and societies. We are in the process of compiling this information. And of course, these clubs and societies are actually parked under different offices, and we are managing that too. So the main task of this project is actually to increase the number of student participation in club and societies, because we believe the participation of students in club and societies or in other student organization is very crucial at this moment. So we really want to, our objective is we want to increase the number of student participation in student organization. When we talk about student organization, we categorize it into several groups. One, of course, is the student clubs and societies. Another one is the Mahallah representative committee. So we consider that as an organization. And another one is, of course, student union. So we really want, we really hope that our student at least is attached to any of these organizations. Okay, so one of the initiative to encourage or to promote, to let the students know about the existence of clubs and societies, we actually having an annual event which is called Student Affairs Festival, but this year we call it as Student Development Festival, because we really want to focus on the development of the students. Because when we talk about development of students, we want to produce a student that are, because we want to empower students. When we empower them, so the affairs of them should be taken care of by, indirectly. Okay, I have some other points.
STADD will empower the student not only in class but outside the class, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So, what else?
Okay. So other than that, other than managing the organizations, the student organization, we also manage the student activities. That, of course, include when we talk about student activities, we have we organize at STADD, we organize activities programs that is known as department-driven programs. Example is the current event, which is Student Development Festival. Then we also have IILEAD. IILEAD is very similar to MCLEAD, but MCLEAD is for MRC, but IILEAD is for the student leaders at the student organization clubs and societies. And also department-oriented, we organize induction for Ta'aruf Week committee members, student committee members, and also our signature project is Young Global Leaders. We organize those kind of projects, programs to manage the student activities. And another part is actually, as we say, is we want to empower students to organize their own projects. So what our role is to review the proposal of student projects. So we review proposals from Mahallah, MRC, and also from student clubs and societies under us. So that is when SPAC comes into the picture, or Student Program Approval Committee. In the Student Program Approval Committee, it's a committee. It's not owned by STADD, but it's the secretariat is that. So when we talk about SPAC, I think Sister Nurul Ain will talk more about that. And the SPAC, SPAC committee, of course, we have representative from Mahallah. We have 2 Mahallah representatives. We also have representative from finance, of course, and also representative from student union and Murabbi task force. So because when the decision is made, it's really made not based on one view. We want to have a different 360 evaluation of the programs. So that is one of our initiative to to empower the student activism. And of course, currently as an initiative, because we will also want to facilitate student program, currently we introduce an ad hoc system where we accept student proposals through online. It's actually an alternative for submitting proposal. Okay.
Okay, basically, Doctor, your department will ensure that our graduates not only counted by best GPA, but also we measure them by star points, right? The how to measure their activisms and joins in your department.
Yes, that's the next point that I was about to talk about, is to manage the STAR system. I see you can read my mind. Okay, STADD, NCCD also has a unit that actually takes care of the STAR system, student activities reporting system, STAR system. Right? It is a very aged system since 2004. This is 2020 already. So there are things that need to be adapted.
Excellent right now, right?
It actually works excellent. But we really need to tidy up some stuff. On our side, inshallah, in 2020, next year, we are going to have kind of like a regular reminder for the corresponding liaison officers to key in the marks. We are going to, just like when we enter marks for the grades, we want to have that periodically as well, because the system is solid. It's good enough and can be used, but the only thing is that we are not reminded on those things. Of course, with the STAR system, that is where we actually capture the student transcript. So we issue student transcript. It's called student activity transcript.
That's excellent, Doctor, because students will not only look into their CG point, but they have to add up their activities point using this STAR system, right?
Yes. And in fact, we was the first university that had that kind of system.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yes, but there was 2004.
But we should appreciate that, because even in 2004 we have that system. So yes, right now we are going to improve it better.
Inshallah. So now it is it has been there for a long time. So if we want to revamp it, it's gonna take it's a bit costly. So there are some amendment that we have improvement bit by bit. So currently we now that students can actually print their partial transcript through IIUM.
With that marks, right?
Yes, partial transcript, yeah, with that mark. And also currently we also try to kind of like ease up the operational part where we introduce a digital signature for the star transcript. But maybe later on, if it's feasible, maybe we will allow it to be uploaded in IIUM as well. So that is a star system. And other than that, NCCD also organized the Student Activity Award, known as Steward. That is normally, I'll talk more about this later. It's an annual event, but this year we don't have it just because of the current situation. And other than that, NCCD also responsible to respond to the request, especially from the management, also ministry, to provide data on the student activities and involvement.
So it's from KPT?
From KPT.
Okay, so basically your department is very important in order for the students to empower themselves in their leaderships and skills and volunteerisms, right?
Yes, yes.
Especially in community service, that we are right now, our rectors also highlight that the importance of community service, so it can be through this department.
Yes, yes. And finally is we talk about the student empowerment. We are currently in the midst of a big project that is the development of e-voting for the student union. So that is that we are working on it now with the student union, of course.
Because we are having this online AGM.
Yes.
Right. So there are no standard voting system that can be implemented for all.
Yes.
So what was the plan, Doctor?
I think there's because AGM is normally at the end of the year. I think we are developing a voting system for student union. And I think the next project can be that. I mean, it's a very good feedback. Actually,
so we're looking forward for that one, right?
Thank
so
you.
We have to change in according to the situation and this pandemic, right? Thank you, Doctor. So that's a very huge responsibilities as a non-credited co-curriculum. All right. So Madam Ain, Madam Ain is the one who in charge in monitoring, okay, the proposal coming to STADD, okay. So what is the process, Madam, and the procedure? So since there is a new system where there is no hard copy, okay, everything submit online. So what is the procedure? And perhaps you can share as well what is SPAC committee as mentioned by Dr. Wira just now. Okay, so maybe so MRC take notes on this. Okay, so make sure you know how to submit a good program. Okay, let Madam Ain share. Okay, over to you, Madam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dr. Ayu, for inviting us to share some important SOP. Very important because once you fail to follow the procedure, definitely you cannot conduct any program. All right. So I will explain a little bit about the procedure of submission of any program from MRC or any clubs registered under IIUM. Okay. So the procedure, what we can say is rules of thumb. Okay. Normally, basically, you have to submit a complete proposal. This is a mandatory. So you have to submit a complete proposal, meaning you have to check all the form signed by the person in charge, checked by fellow, recommended by the principals, and then you have to attach with the PPI form. So the PPI form is, I want to show to you because I don't have what you call it, the slide, so I have to show physical forms, right? Because we actually before can I just you can take all the form from our STADD website. Okay, so I just want to share with you. This is the form. This is like we can say this is a PPF form. So you have to check and use the right form because we have several values and if you want to organize, let's say your program is below than 1,000, so you have to use the form, the what we call it, yellow color. Okay, so the yellow for any program below 1,000. All right, so we have several form you can check with through our website. Okay, actually we have 5 values of form. One below 1,000, below 3,000, below 5,000, below 2,000, and also 20,000, and also more than 20,000. So you can check the form. All we have details in our website. All right. Before you proceed with the proposal, as I mentioned earlier, you have to check all the proposal is complete and you have to submit to us. Actually, we have a category for the program. Okay, the first of we have 4 categories. The first one is student driven. Student driven means if the program organized by the Mahallah students, MRC, okay, or OBRC. So we categorize this program under student driven. So you have to submit within 21 days before the date of the programs. So you have to make sure. Even though you submit online, currently we have developed online. So we would like to thanks to our head NCCD, Dr. Hamwira. He is the one who created the online form submission SPAC online. So you have to submit through online, and then you have to, make sure your fellow is aware about your submission. So otherwise, your proposal will be hang in the system. Okay, it's happened. Previously, it's happened. So make sure everyone aware, fellow principal as well. All right. For student driven, as I mentioned, 21 days before the program. So for so far we didn't change any the SOP we didn't change. Still you have to follow. All right. And then if you want to request for sponsors, because sponsors we need to get approval only from director. So this one you have to get at least 3 months before the programs. Okay. You don't sometimes some Mahallah they want it organize it urgently. So but the program required sponsors. This is make you in trouble because we need approval from director. So we need some time for him. Okay. So we put SOP 3 months at least. Okay. For the international level, this one required 6 months for submission. All right. Again, so far we don't have any international level yet. All right. So the submission, and then you have to submit to our. We will notify you when we receive the complete form. After that, when we receive, we will table in the meeting. So normally our SPAC meeting will be organized once a week. So as Dr. Wira mentioned just now, so the members of the meeting is chaired by Director of STADD and Deputy Chairman is Dr. Hamwira. So 2 representatives from COPS and 1 from female principal and 1 from male principal, and Senior Assistant Director, PDU, Senior Assistant Director, PMU, and our Administrative Assistant, PMU and PDU also join. And we also invite Madam Nabiha, representative from Finance Division, representative from Morobi, representative from Student Union, and also representative from Office of Deputy Director, Student Development and Community Engagement. Okay. So we will meeting once a week and we will check everything flow, and the most important thing, you have a sufficient budget. This is very, very important. If you want to organize, we make sure you have enough budget. okay, before you proceed. Otherwise, you have to searching for sponsorship. That's the thing. All right. And then the function of the SPAC beside approving the proposal, okay, we also check any outstanding reports, even outstanding report for programs as well as financial before we approve. We have to check. Okay, if you have outstanding reports in financial or program, definitely we have to KIV or we have to put aside or sometimes we have to reject, okay, based on the bad record we can say. All right, we have several cases previously. Okay, and then if you want to change program, let's say you already have approval and then you have approval letter, but suddenly you have problems. You want to change the date since let's say you want to organize a webinar. Suddenly the speaker is not available on that date. So you have to fill the form. So the form also notification on changes of programs. So you can download also from our website. So you can check, you will have to complete the form and mention the reason why you want to change the program. Okay, let's say the program, the venue not available, the speakers not available, or perhaps you want to cancel it off. Also, you can use the same form, right? All right, and then after that, we also monitoring student activity budget because normally the ministry will take a report in maybe twice a year. They will get a report from us, so we will rely on the record from SPAC and records activity or whatsoever. So we are compiling it in a SPAC record. So we will that's why we need everything in nicely recorded. We want to manage everything in a good flow. All right. So and if you have a like invitation program from others or from schools, from others, NGO or RPTAs, you want invite any Mahallah, let's say they want to invite you. So this is required at least 9 days to reach us for our approval. It depends. Sometimes they will sponsor everything, but they need your expertise.
So if it's invited, it can be 9 days before.
Yeah, 9 days. So the minimum is 9 days. All right. I think that's about all.
To become a student leader, we need a very high discipline and integrity in order to satisfy all the requirements by STADD. So that will make us a better person, inshallah. Right?
Inshallah.
Okay, so Madam Nabiha, so just now Madam Nurul Ain says that if you want to conduct a program, we have to ensure that we have enough budget, all right? So can you share on how our students program get funded or get its budget, how it is distributed within different Mahallah, because different Mahallah will get different budget, right? So how can we ensure that it is utilized wisely between among IIUM students? All right. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, Dr. Ayu. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning to everyone. Okay, when talking about student activities is part of the student program development. Okay, when we talk about the program, of course, we need some budget to gear up our program, right? So for your information that the student program in IIUM, we got the budget from the student itself, okay? Meaning that the budget is funded by the student 100%, okay? So I just want to share with you that the collection of fee that the student paid every semester under related fee consists of two collection college activities and co-curricular activities. Okay, the amount that you paid semesterly is around 25 ringgit. Okay, so from the collection that we receive, then we distribute. Okay, distribute among all the offices under office deputy directors and development. So first, distribution for college activities or Mahallah activities, we distribute to all Mahallas in IIUM, also to the office that associate the program with Mahallah, such as sport development, counseling office, and EDC, entrepreneur. Because some of the program that being conducted by Mahallah is some sort like equivalent to what ever the like ISC, student carnival, peers, counseling, that we the office sometime hire students from the Mahallah to assist them, okay, when they conduct the activities. So for co-curricular activities, the same amount that we collect from the student, normally we distributed to the club under STADD office, under counseling office, under IWON, EDC, Chitra, and also to international student and DSU, disabled unit, and on top of that, to KLM, Pagoh campus also. So based on the distribution, actually, we distribute to the Mahallah is based on the number of students, the population of students at the Mahallah. Okay, so and for the club, the criteria that we distribute the money is ranging around 3 to 5,000. Depends on the number of membership and how active the club it is. Okay, so normally at the beginning of the semester 2, the office of deputy director and development will sit down and chair by the deputy director itself to distribute the amount of money to all the Mahallah and all others offices. Okay. For central budget for Mahallah, actually we take from the budget that been approved for each Mahallah. So for this semester, I mean for 2020 distribution, we take about 40% from each Mahallah to contribute to the central program. Okay. And at the current practice, we divide into two. First, we distribute 70% to the all Mahallah and club, and the remaining balance, 30% at the end of the semester. We did that calculation because the income we received from first semester 2019 to 2020 academic year for first semester, then we combine with the semester 2 collection. So at the beginning of the semester 2, we can collect all the semester 1 fee, so that we combine with the semester 2 collection at the beginning, so that we distribute first 70%. So the rest we wait until at the end of the second semester to distribute the remaining. So and another one, since the money comes from the student, so it should be the student should be have some sort like self-belonging. Okay, the money is from your pocket. Okay, so my advice is that when you prepare for the proposal, please plan your activity very well, because we want the high impact program equivalent to the budget that you request, okay, the budget that you use, so that can benefit others as well. Another one is eliminate the unnecessary item, okay, unnecessary item that maybe you can change to others. Like now we are doing a program through virtual, maybe some of the printing may not need to be print, or no need to get the budget, because we already do through online, okay. And another one is like purchase in bulk. Okay, at the beginning of the semester, every MRC, BRC are going get the budget to purchase a uniform. Okay, and you get the budget around 80 ringgit. But why not? You combine with others, Mahallah, to get a better price. Instead of you alone work in silo, calling purchase like 12 pieces of uniform. You can combine with other Mahallah, 2 or 3 Mahallah. Instead of you get 80 ringgit, but when you combine, you can get less than that. Maybe 50 ringgit, 60 ringgit. So you can save around 30 ringgit or 40 ringgit on that corporate uniform. So you can use that money for others program. Okay. Then that one is purchase in bulk. So another one is compare the price. Once you got the budget, even you got, for example, 500 ringgit. So maybe you can compare the price. You propose in the SPAC committee around 50 ringgit to get one stationery, for instance. But before you purchase, maybe you can make any comparison. Maybe you can get 30 ringgit, 20 ringgit, so you can save. So that's how we can improve our utilization very well. Okay.
So basically, it's a very big amanah, okay, and responsibility, where the money that we use is actually the students' money. Okay, it's just like the concept of our level of national government, where it's actually the rakyat's money, so we can call it. So as a leader, you have to ensure that the money is wisely utilized. That's why in the SPAC meeting, we are very strict on the budget, because we want to ensure that the money is being used as an amanah and utilized wisely. So where is every cent is actually counted, not only here, but in the hereafter by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So one of the tip that Madam Nabiha was given is we have to work collaboratively, so the price will be cheaper, and it generate also a teamwork between Mahallah. All right. So thank you, Madam. Very nice sharing on financial issues. All right. So my next questions to Dr. Hamwira. Just now you are saying about Anugerah Tokoh Siswa. So what is that? Okay. So is it a national level? Okay. Can you share on what is the timeline or the due date for the evaluating Anugerah Tokoh Siswa, and how it's evaluated, and is there any criteria to win this award?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Ayu. Again, Anugerah Tokoh Siswa is actually a national event to recognize student participation in co-curricular activities across Malaysia. So it's actually hosted by the Ministry of Higher Education. Yes, it's a competition among universities in Malaysia. So there are several categories contested every year. Most of the categories are consistent, but at some years they add a few more categories. And IIUM has somehow previously had won Anugerah Tokoh Siswa, the prime award for several years. Yes.
So maybe you can share the previous history winning this award.
Okay, so what we do at the IIUM level, we have a student activity award, or we known as STADD. STADD is at the university level. The objective is to select or to nominate, to find the good candidates for Anugerah Tokoh Siswa. So a steward is done before Anugerah Tokoh Siswa. So Anugerah Tokoh Siswa is normally organized in early of January, but we normally have a steward in November. But of course, before that, we had, they had processes that we have to follow, the application processes, the evaluation process, and so on and so forth. In steward, it's actually, normally we accept application in September to November. So the categories that we have in steward is very similar. We try to follow the categories, or even in fact, we use the same criteria from Anugerah Tokoh Siswa of the previous year, because we don't know what is the upcoming year. So we do that we did that until 2019. So what happened is that when we received the application or nomination from the students, NCCD or STADD as the secretariat will coordinate an evaluation session, assessment session. And this assessment is actually participated by different offices at IIUM, including the Deputy Dean of Student Affairs and Community Engagement, directors of student clubs, and also members of SPAC as well. So we really want to find a good candidate for the Anugerah Tokoh Siswa. But that was before 2019. In 2019, they had changed. I mean, the Anugerah Tokoh Siswa organizer, they changed the format. So they changed the format. It was not really based on what we have selected. It's really open to any students. But of course, as a university, we endorse. We say this is our students and we want them to contest. But it's really not really based on, the names are not only from what we provided, but any students can submit their application to KPT MOHI. What we do as STADD is just to verify we have the certified documents. Because KPT, the Anugerah Tokoh Siswa, the aim now is really to evaluate, to recognize student activism. So activism or activity at university is just part of it. Recognition by university is just part of it. They are also looking at the recognition of students beyond university by NGOs. So really it's really challenging, and soon, and that was 2019. The award should be presented, I think was in March, when we had the MCO already, and 2019 award was not there yet. So they're postponing in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And because of that, I think we will not have any Anugerah Tokoh Siswa or 2020, but we'll have to wait from the organizer. With this new development, it's a bit challenging for us to prepare our students for this kind of award. Furthermore, they are also, the organizer also planning to develop a system where students can submit their application through online. So the evaluation is really based on them. So our steward will have to look for different format. That will be the challenge for 2021. So because we are no longer, steward will be no longer a feeder to the Anugerah Tokoh Siswa.
So whatever it is, we have to prepare ourselves to become the best, and how we could contribute to the community, because you are saying that if the students can work with other organizations like NGO, international level, so it would be better evaluated, right, Doctor?
Correct. That is our preliminary observation on it. The recognition that we give from university is whatever reported to us. So whatever the involvement of students outside university, we don't have that database. So the students should also think about not only thinking about active in the university, also to think about how you can bring yourself forward and get recognized by other organization outside as well.
So I think that would also count it as how do you find jobs later after graduations. You can work by your own, and you can work with people, other people, right? Okay. So thank you, Dr. Hamwira. We hope that next year we're going to have steward and also Anugerah Tokoh Siswa. All right. So Madam Ain, so just like what Dr. Hamwira said just now, even Anugerah Tokoh Siswa is postponed. All right. So there are many activities that we have to follow the SOP. We cannot do this and that. All right. So do you think what kind of program that is going to have a high impact, especially in IIUM, that can tolerate with this pandemic COVID-19, a very good program, and how also it can not only impact IIM student but also the community, as what our IIM mission and visions, where we rahmatan lil alamin, we can do rahmatan lil alamin. All right, go on, madam.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Actually, it's also a blessing with this pandemic COVID-19, because otherwise we still have a similar in conducting repeated program, similar program. So we don't have we don't open our eyes in trying venturing in a new style of doing things or conducting programs. So it is a blessing for us also. Okay, we with the pandemic, so we have to think out of the box. The style you want to conduct event, right? So they have many way rather than physical program, right? Actually, from our experience previously, we have many Mahallah. They are very creative. So I think a lots of them already done their good job. Some principals is very active. Every week we have received their proposal. They have conduct many programs. Okay, online. For example, like sharing a positive notes, positive vibes throughout to the resident. Okay, this is a good try, a good effort to start. And as I mentioned, this is like a blessing also for us. I don't want to go far because we have a very close experience. Okay, because this is our own program. So as a program manager for Student Development Festival virtual, the first time conduct by Student Affairs and Development Divisions, I think we also proud of this program because it's very short notice. Okay, from the management of STADD. Ask us to conduct a program like this. So actually in the first place we are very oh my god, it is like what happened, what we want to do,
Everything cancel, right?
Ya Allah kan. And then we were so stressful in making sure the program is will start on the proposed date. Okay, very short notice, and we have to think about all of the flow and everything. So, but Alhamdulillah, we take the challenge. We try to conduct. So I hope the other Mahallah also can, copy. We can say copy our program. So because actually the program, even though the program is quite long, we have started from 14 December until 22nd is our closing. So opening by Dr. Zul, and closing this coming 22nd is on Tuesday by our Honorable Rector. So everything's online. So we collaborate with government agencies, for example ADK, SPRM, and then AKPK, and also the expert from industrial. So you can take, you can copy, you can also organize with the collaboration with other Mahallah, other clubs also. So we have several clubs under us. You can connect with them, okay? How they want to organize, because some of the club, they have a different a niche, they have different nature. So not necessary Mahallah just organize for their own resident. You can think for our community surrounding, not only for staff, students, as well as our nearby neighbors. All right, you can share throughout the life. Currently we don't have any problem, even though international level. You can think about this. All right. So so far I think you have we don't have any restricted on that. At least you have to prepared, plan earlier. Don't rushing. You have to thoroughly discuss with your principals, with your fellows, and I mean, discuss of them. If you want to have a advice from us, we are feel free to contact us. We are uh, more than, I mean, I would like to welcome any suggestion from the students or MRC. I think that's about all, Dr. Ayu.
All right, thank you, madam. So basically, as a leader, we have to be smart. We have to adapt to situations, and also it's a new venture for us. Okay, so it's not an excuse and a problem for us actually if we are having this pandemic, right? Alhamdulillah. Thank you for the tips, madam. All right, so my questions to Madam Nabiha. So we are dealing a lot of claim, reimbursement, okay, sponsorships, payment for requests. So usually we will have a very quite tough, okay, to have this kind of process. Okay, so what is the common mistake, or maybe you can share what the a good financial submissions of report to after a program is successfully completed. So maybe, madam, you can share what is the tips or from us to submit a financial report. Okay, thank you, madam.
Thank you, Doctor. Okay, again, when we talk about IIUM, IIUM is a big organization. We are in a big institution. Okay, of course, we have our own SOP, our process, policy and procedure to be followed. Okay, for instance, finance, we have actually two types of financial policy. First is financial policy and procedure, and secondly is purchasing policy and procedure. And on top of that, okay, because of student program, we are not going to use all that policy. We compile it under ebooks. Maybe STADD, on the website STADD, you can refer. Ebook is compilation of the student program SOP process, guideline, and also part of it is financial policy and guideline, which relate to the student program. Okay. So before you start the program or make a proposal, make sure you refer to the policy, not the people. Okay, the policy will mention everything on the payment process, purchase process, collection process. Okay, so and when we talk about financial report, it's about documentation. Okay, finance is very serious on the document because all the document, every cent is counted, and we also have to be audited by internal auditor, ISO auditor, outside external auditor. So this one is very, very important for us for recording. Okay, and the once you when you well versed with all the policy, it shouldn't be any problem with your financial preparing your financial program. Okay. For instance, for student program, we have standard rate. Okay, normally the item that you request during your submission of proposal is on food, okay, honorarium for speaker, and then prizes. So this all we already have our standard guideline and the rate that you have to use. Okay, so if you refer, there shouldn't be any problem. Okay, so itemize in your program report. Okay, first, the best thing is you do your checklist during your submission of the financial report. First, we need is your approved proposal. So the proposal need to be approved by the principal normally. Then you bring it to the STADD office for the SPAC committee to approve. Then we need that approval from STADD as well. So another one is the letter produced by the STADD, so attached together, and all the document related to the expenses, especially the receipt. The receipt is much more important, is the original receipt. We cannot receive the copy receipt. Okay, and the receipt must be clearly stated, the item that you purchased, the quantity, and the amount per unit, and the total of the receipt. Okay, so and the date. Normally the date must be before the program. Okay, before the program you make the purchase. Okay, then if the receipt being amended or edited, there must be a justification why it be done like that. Then stamping from the company. So this is the document that very important that will be checked by our auditor. Okay, and so all the food ordered must be with the documentation, because when you go to the operator, there must be a document that you send to them for what quantity and when to deliver it and which mahallah to deliver it. Because when they issue the invoice, they know the which mahallah that been ordered from them and send the invoice to the finance. Okay. Another one is collection. Okay, some of you make a collection, no matter from sponsor or from the student at Mahallah itself to funded your program. So for sponsorship, as mentioned by Madam Ain, they must be approved from the rectors. Okay, when you get the sponsorship, the amount has to be deposited into the university account. We only have one account, okay? One account that manage all the financial in university. But what happened was that we received that the amount some of the sponsor receive not goes to the university account, but they spend off, directly spend. So when the amount not being deposited into the university account, we cannot issue the official receipt, okay? Because the donors can get the tax exemption receipt, okay? For them to submit to the inland in revenue, okay? So that they get less amount to pay the tax. Okay, this is very important because any club, any mahallah cannot open their own bank account. This is really prohibited in our university, because to open the bank account, they must go to our top management approval. Okay, so that's one. And so report submission normally 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after the end of the program. Okay, then the financial report, the financial statement has to be signed and approved by the principal and prepared by the managers of the program. Okay, and submitted to STADD office for the officer in charge to verify. And then once the documentation is complete, they will forward it to Finance Zone 5 for payment. Okay. That's about the submission of the financial report. But there's some of the obstacle why your payment cannot be done because of incomplete. Some of the document not been signed, not been the authorized person who signed the receipt, the document, and then the supplier that sent the invoice is not the registered supplier with the university. So the name of the supplier is not in our system. So it takes time to process and to key in the supplier name in our system, because that one is in charge by other office. For zone 5, we only prepare for payment. Okay, for others function is will be done by other office in finance itself. Okay, another one is because of insufficient budget. Submit the proposal and but without budget. Okay.
Over budget, madam, maybe?
Pardon?
Over budget.
Over budget, or sometimes not even have the budget. Okay. So there's hopefully that one should be avoided. Another one is invoice not surrendered to STADD for verification. They keep in the file. Sometimes the supplier call why the payment has not been done, but finance said that we don't receive any. After checking, then the document is in the file.
Not submitted.
Yes. Another one is communication breakdown. So anything that you are not familiar with or you do not know, please come to Finance Zone. We are willing to facilitate you how to make the financial report very well. Okay. Lastly, for those who in charge on finance, there must be a meticulous person, accountability, okay, amanah and trustworthy. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.
MashaAllah. Okay, thank you. So basically what Madam Nabiha was sharing is, as an MRC, as a leader or as an individual, we have to be aware and alert to the rules and regulations. Okay, so as she was saying just now, you have to refer the ebook for conducting programs. So you have to know that such ebook exists. Okay, so you have to refer on how to put on budget, on how to put some choosing of speakers, for example. So it's available actually at the website. All right. So so the next session, I would like to open the floor to the participants. We want to hear your voice. Okay, we want to know, is there any questions? You can turn on your speaker and unmute. We can listen to you. All right. Is there any questions? All right, so we have two questions in the chat box. Okay, the first one is for Madam Nabiha. All right, so the student is Ainul Mardia from Mahallah Sumaya. Okay, so she asking, may I know why the latest version of the financial report form is not available on the STADD website? Or is that the correct website? Maybe Madam can explain. On the website is the outdated one. Okay, maybe you can update on this, Madam.
Okay. Okay, at the beginning, at semester 1, we have upload our form in the finance division website. So you can go to the finance division website, I think number, and go to the internal sources or download the form. So you can go to number 11 and 12. That means for advancement, and another one is for financial report form.
So thank you, Ainul. So for your informations, on behalf of the MCLEAD committee, we are going to also share with you the important documents in the drive later. So we'll get all these forms in a drive. So we will assist you, inshallah. Right? Thank you, madam. So the next questions is from Aisyah Atika. Assalamualaikum. She's from Mahallah Safia. Okay. So maybe I should point these questions to Dr. Hamwira. Okay, asking like if a Mahallah postpone their program, this due to accommodation of central program. Okay, is there any leniency maybe for Mahallah program? For example, submit program report a little bit late. Is it acceptable? A little submission a little bit late. How late is acceptable, Doctor?
So we are in the process. I mean, we try very hard to not having a pending report. Maksudnya when you have programs complete, we want within 2 weeks, everything is settled and then we can move on to other projects. In the case where I think when this thing happened where the project is actually postponed due to another project, well, of course, there are leniency with a proper justification. But I think for this case here, I would suggest that this program is, you should request for change of date. Change of date, when you request for change of date, then the deadline will also moved as well. So that's the technicality that because we really have to follow this, because at the end of the day, we are accountable. We are answerable to the auditor. Why you are so lenient about? I mean, we're just following whatever have been agreed upon.
So basically, Afrika, you have to fill up the change of program form, and the date to submit will be delayed also. All right, that's great. So another question, Dr. Hamwira, is it okay?
Sure.
Okay, so this is a burning question.
Okay,
from Mahallah Safia. I wanted to ask, how about the program directive from central or office rector and not student driven? Okay, sometimes we receive the notice to hold the program a little bit late. So that directive quite ad hoc, I would say, and not 21 days before submission of the proposal. Are we going to proceed? How should we do that? What your opinion, Doctor?
My opinion, this is not the first time. This is not really a burning question. It happens all the time. But we believe with the wisdom of the university management that whatever the directive is actually good for students' development, staff development. So
maybe they are tied with the rules and
most
the directive.
Yes, most of the time, if it's a directive, we will try to accommodate. And but if it's not,
so maybe we can have a written directive to answer the auditing process, right, Doctor?
Right.
Any more you want to add?
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
So
you can ask more questions. We have a few minutes left, but this one for Madam Ain, from another one from Mahallah Safia, very active. So Aisha is a very active MRC. I would say Aisha Sisoho. He asking about regarding the purchasing of T-shirt or formal attire. As been said just now, it is allowed to join with other Mahallah in order to get discount or in bulk. However, we were informed otherwise as it's not allowed and need to make separate proposal. Is it true? Maybe Madam Nabiha, the financial. So which one is correct? You said we were advised to do collaborative, but here it says it's not allowed and need to make separate proposal. So one Mahallah must be one proposal. Is that true? One purchase.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sister. So to clear up the issue, for every Mahallah to purchase, yes, you have to make a proposal for the SPAC committee to approve because they want to use the Mahallah's budget. But to purchase the what T-shirt? T-shirt.
So is it T-shirt only or can be T-shirt and with other like in bulk you said just now, right?
Yes, it can be combined. It can be combined. Once you get the SPAC approval for each Mahallah to purchase, then we can combine the money. So we call quotation. Once we got the quotation, maybe at least 3 quotation for the purchase. So we where if the amount less than 20K, we just fill in the form, the procurement form, one procurement form. So approved by STADD director. But if the amount exceed 20K, it calls a procurement approved proposal because the document has to be signed by director. So we make it properly. So only one proposal. not more than.
So we can
than that.
combine, right, madam?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You can combine.
maybe we should work together after this. Yeah, joint program. Yeah, okay. So is there any more questions by audio? What's that? Okay, I'll check the chat if there are any more questions. We have 5 minutes left. Okay, no more question, right? Okay. Okay. Which one? Zoom the chat. Yeah. All right, it's coming late. It's not me, it's the Wi-Fi. Okay, so I'm Zahira. Hi, Mahallah Halimah. I would like to ask. Okay, maybe we give chance to Madam Ain to answer. I would like to ask how the criteria of Anugerah Tokoh Siswa can relate to our SDG program and how Mahallah can win with the implementation of SDG. So it's a hot issues because now Dr. Hamwira was saying we have steward and what because maybe Madam can answer before I give my opinion how this Anugerah Tokoh Siswa relate with SDG.
Because this question relate to Dr. Wira.
Okay, it's okay. They are the same department, cover.
Complement each other. I think to answer that question, the first thing we want to understand, we want to have is to understand what SDG is. That 18 kita tambah UIA, we add one more, spiritual, 18, 17. Anugerah Tokoh Siswa is a national, organized by a national entity, the Ministry of Higher Education. SDG, RCE is a regional center of excellence, was awarded to IIUM. Okay, that's why we are recognized by UN. Okay, Anugerah Tokoh Siswa is by the ministry.
National level.
Okay, so you have to understand how to correlate the SDG and the programs. So first we need to understand what SDG is. The 70,
from the UN, yeah?
The UN is from the United Nations. And it's really based on our creativity to fulfill or to fulfill these two different leaders, I would say. Untuk menjawab for Anugerah Tokoh Siswa, they don't, not yet lah kan. Maybe after IIUM has led the way, maybe they also want to look at SDG. But for now, we are talking about leader. IIUM is the leading the way in SDG. So maybe later on, Anugerah Tokoh Siswa will follow us. For right now, they don't have that yet. We do have that. So as a leader, we need to know how to play around, to make use of our advantage, being the regional center of excellence, recognized by the United Nations, is above again. How we can suit that with the Anugerah Tokoh Siswa. So SDG is very, I think it's very general actually. It's very general. If we only know that 17 is not good enough. If we go to the UN website, SDG, there are a lot of signature project that I mean really we have to educate ourselves to understand SDG before try to relate to others.
Right. So basically IIUM is leading the way, right? Doctor?
Yes.
Leading the way. It's Anugerah Tokoh Siswa is not the only award, or platform that you can shine. So, okay, you have another platform, then inshallah we will go global, all right?
Yes. I just want to add, that Anugerah Tokoh Siswa is not looking for that. If we are really talking about the SDG, you talk about the Green Gown Award. Again, last year we had two projects from IIUM, I think, has been nominated. One from CAED and one from
not sure.
So when we talk about SDG, we talk about that kind of award lah.
Okay. All right. So it's different kind of platform. So you have to know where is the league Okay, and who's your competitor? Okay, and I think we are going to conclude these sessions. Okay, maybe a last questions to Dr. Hamwira. What is your hope and aspirations to 2021, Doctor? We are leaving 2020 soon. So in order, these students are highly empowered and within the given budgets, okay? And we also want to aspire them with the IIM vision and mission and the concept of khair, Khalifah, Amanah, Iqra, and also Rahmatan lil Alamin. Okay, what is your hope and aspiration, Doctor?
Okay, this is the last session, the last round. It's sad.
Maybe you can conclude for all the speakers.
Okay, first of all, I didn't say congratulations to the MRC. They are new MRC.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes, the chosen one.
You are the chosen one. You are part of us. Part of us, maksudnya you are part of STADD. You are part of Mahallah. You are our representative, the IIUM representative, to reach out to the students. The session today we had only about 1 hour.
Yeah,
1 hour, I
almost.
think is sufficient to start working, but it's not the end. Feel free, we are brothers and sisters. Feel free to drop by. Feel free to discuss. Benda boleh bincang, kita bincang. Okay, so I have not got to the point yet. So in conclusion, I say we've discussed about general guideline on how we can organize, help students, facilitate student program. We have SPAC as the platform for approval, but again, you have to remember, SPAC is not. Of course, we approval letter, but of course, if you notice, we have timeline. We have a due duration, and that duration is not is ada maksudnya. I mean, if somehow decision has been made by SPAC, you are always welcome to discuss, to justify why the decision of SPAC is supposed to be otherwise. So that's why we have the 21 days duration. So duration is not something we make up. It's something that something to ni. Then my hope, my hope at 2021 that all of us here is all of IIM communities will work together. Of course, we need your help lah from MRC to uphold the university vision and mission. We really hope that all the community to work together to achieve currently we have the word humanizing education, to achieve the humanizing education through the Sejahtera academic framework. So I'm talking about those terms. What does it mean? We all together, we really have to understand what it means by humanizing education, what it means by Sejahtera. We should have the Sejahtera academic framework. It's new. Those are new, and it's new to us too. We really need to help each other to understand what those means. Again, as I said, you are part of IIUM community. We support each other. We complement each other. If, for example, just now we had a question, a form was not uploaded in STADD website, feel free. Just let us know. They communicate with us. Don't ask why it's not there. Tell us it's not there. I mean, it's as I said, benda yang boleh bincang, we bincang. Okay. So another thing is that try to for Mahallah. I think what we want to see also, we want to see a niche at each Mahallah. Yeah? We have each Mahallah have niche. Maksudnya maybe flagship. We go to the flagship will be better. I mean, that's what they are looking for. For example, and not all Mahallah are doing the same thing. What I see, we have started doing it. For example, macam I think Mahallah Asia lah kan. They are now going towards their beauty product. Sabun and also lotion, insyaAllah. Entrepreneurship. So anywhere in UAE, if we go to Mahallah Asia, and then we can go to nak beli kelulut, madu kelulut, we can go to Aminah kan. So we go there. So it's not only that, we can also have create research though.
So there will be a specialty in each Mahallah.
Each Mahallah has specialty. That's what I'm trying to say. And then we have kucing everywhere, but we're trying to find a champion in that. And also, I mean, there's kind of example in that. I mean, so maksudnya kalau orang datang UAE, I always say this to the student club and societies, we make this where orang luar nak datang UAE, can I speak Malay? So orang luar nak datang UAE because of you. Maksudnya orang luar wants to come to UIA because of your Mahallah, not because you UIA, because your Mahallah overshadow UIA. How can we reach that? We can do that if we work together, inshallah.
We will make a plan towards this and we'll let each speakers to have one or two words.
Okay, I just want to conclude with I just want to remind all students that if you want to organize any programs, you have to look in-house experts. Okay, because we have many experts in-house. You can call any lecturers, administrators, collaborate with them. Yes, with the clubs.
There is one question.
Yeah.
If they want to collaborate with other clubs,
Yeah.
how it should be do? Is it directly contact them or what is your suggestion?
Okay, the first thing first, you can come to STADD, okay, to get to know which club is doing, which one is their niche. You can check with us, okay. Or sometimes, I think I can say that students, they have good connection with other students, so they can deal directly also can. But the most important thing, you have to fill up the form because we have a collaboration form, joint ventures form. Definitely you have to fill up the form. So I just want to remind you have to have a good team members, good committee in organizing programs. Inshallah, you will success. Okay, I think that's about.
Thank you, Madam. Madam Nabiha, what your last word?
Okay, when hear from Dr. Wira just now, meaning that our student is very creative. So by that, hopefully that any spending can be done prudently, and maybe we can give more but for less. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. That's a sweet conclusion. So basically, IIUM is in the top of the world because actually from the students' efforts. Okay, what you do is actually brings the names to IIUM. Then the alumni, the IIUM staff will proud of you. All right. So let's conclude these sessions with a given of token of appreciations. I would like to invite Ustaz Muhammad, accompanied by Ustaz Cik Razi as the Deputy Chairman of MCLEAD 2020. Okay, so I would like to invite our first speaker, Dr. Hamwira. Thank you so much, Dr., for the sharings. All right. So, yang SOP. Okay, thank you. The next one, thank you, Dr. Hamwira. The next one is Madam Nurul Ain. Thank you, Madam. And last but not least, Madam Nabiha for the Finance Division. Okay, thank you so much for all the panelists today. Thank you, Ustaz Muhammad and Ustaz Cik Razi. All right, so to all the students, we are going to end these sessions and we'll continue on 11 a.m. for the breakout sessions where you are going to be divided into your own bureau. So make sure you know your bureau. All right, so don't forget to fill up the response and feedback forms, also the attendance form. Okay, so that's all for today. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much.